Pir Habibur Rahman Sahib was born on July 31, 1950 in Nawabshah, Sindh, Pakistan. He was the son of Pir Fazlur Rahman Sahib and Safia Begum Sahiba. His father lives in Rabwa, Pakistan. His mother passed away in 1984 and is buried in Bahishti Maqbara in Rabwa. Pir Sahib was the third of 10 children and was the eldest son of his brothers and sisters. He grew up in Sangar, where he did his primary schooling. About 10 years of his life, he lived in a hostel and warden house in Rabwa, where he finished high school and did his FA degree. He was also a classmate of Hazrat Khalifatul Masih Khamis, Ayyudah Ta'ala bin Asal Aziz. After finishing school, Pir Sahib returned to Sangar, where he took care of the family farmland and opened a store. He was always very involved in Jamaat activities. He was the Gayat Khodam of Sangar Zilla for more than 10 years, until he moved to the United States. Pir Sahib loved to ride his motorbike. He was extremely interested in photography and always loved to take pictures of everyone. He enjoyed good company and positive thinking. Pir Sahib got married to Ruqayya Pir in December 1974. They had 3 children, Anisur Rahman Pir, Aisha Nashahi, and Humaira Malik. Pir Sahib moved to the United States on September 15, 1990 with his wife and children, after his brother-in-law, Mujibullah Chaudhry of Philadelphia, sponsored him. After arriving, Pir Sahib worked at a photo imaging business for 10 years. Later, he bought a newsstand in Philadelphia. He became involved in MTA USA around 1995 after the inauguration of Baitur Rahman Mosque. He also took on alislam.org responsibilities soon after. He would leave his job work to his son when possible, or would close it and come to the MTA studio in Silver Spring, Maryland to work on recordings of interviews, news, poems, and many other projects.
बाकी कैमरे तो इंसानों की तस्वीरें ले रहे हैं, आप छत की तस्वीर ले रहे हैं।
मैं छोटी सी वीडियो बना रहा था कौन-कौन खड़े हैं।
He was ecstatic about having the opportunity to accompany Hazur on the historical trip to India in 2005, as well as Hazur's Khilafat centenary trip to Canada in 2008. He would say that these 2 experiences were the highlights of his life. Pir Sahib made distinctive contributions to alislam.org. He was among its pioneering workers who helped in finding talent for the website. Pir Sahib's wife of 30 years passed away on August 12, 2004. He had a very difficult time dealing with her loss. After her demise, he involved himself even more in MTA and alislam.org activities. In May 2006, his youngest brother, Pir Mujibur Rahman Pasha, was martyred in Sangar. After his demise, Pir Sahib was thought of as the only son who could look after his aging father, as well as the business and property in Sangar, Pakistan. For a while he went back and forth, taking care of his responsibilities both here in the United States and abroad. In November 2006, his father told him he should move to Pakistan and take care of everything there. He did just that. Pir Sahib sacrificed his life of comfort here in the United States to go and live a life of hardship and difficulties just to obey his father's wishes. Being a widower himself, Pir Sahib was advised to marry the widow of his younger brother, Dr. Naima Mubarak Pir, in order to support her and her 3 orphan children. Pir Sahib was a loving husband to both of his wives and a loving father to all 6 of his children. He tenderly took care of his stepchildren and gradually brought them out of the shock of losing their father. The children became very attached to Pir Sahib and started calling him Baba. Pir Habibur Rahman Sahib was martyred on August 19, 2010, at around 9:30 a.m. in a busy bazaar in Sangar, Sindh. He had stopped at a traffic light while driving his nephew and workers from his farm to his house in town. At that time, two masked gunmen approached his vehicle and fired twice.
नमाजों के पाबंद, चंदा जात की गए थे, बड़े पाबंद, खिलाफत से बड़ा ताल्लुक रखने वाले, गरीबों का दुख बांटने वाले मुखलिस वजूद थे। उन्हें अल्लाह ताला इनके दर्जात बुलंद फरमाए और सब्र और हौसला दे इनको।